Your comeback isn't random. It's not some magical lightning strike that just happens to you overnight. It's not something you just wake up and effortlessly step into. Your deepest, most profound reinvention, the kind that truly shifts your entire reality, follows a pattern, a cycle, even. And once you understand the specific stage that you're in, once you can name it and recognize its energy and honor its process, everything starts to make sense. You stop forcing yourself to be who you're not ready to be yet, and you start moving like the woman you're actually becoming. You start moving with intention, with power, and with an undeniable sense of purpose. Now, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the 12 stages of reinvention. Your comeback has a structure. So, this isn't just a concept, it's a blueprint for transformation, a roadmap for every woman who feels that deep, undeniable call to evolve. So, if you're ready to stop feeling stuck and start understanding the divine architecture of your own becoming, then girl, stick with me because this is going to be a game changer for you. At the very heart of this entire process, at the core of your reinvention is a mirror. This isn't some external guru or a magical artifact. It's the part of you that can see clearly, unflinchingly, and with profound wisdom. She reflects who you are right now, who you've been in your past, and most importantly, who you are becoming. Now, because some of us got a little line problem, she is going to be your inner truth teller, your guide through the shadows and into the light. And around that powerful center, we have a full dynamic cycle of transformation. So we have 12 stages of reinvention. And these are the typical stages that women go through. These aren't steps that you can skip. This ain't levels you can cheat. You're not going to bypass them, but you move through them, integrating the lessons, shedding the old stuff, and embodying the new at each turn. And then once you reach what you feel like is completion, you're not going to stop. You're going to begin again, but this time at a higher level, a new identity, a new expansion. It's a spiral of continuous growth. So we're going always upward, always forward. All right. Now let's break down these 12 powerful stages so you can pinpoint exactly where you are in the cycle. So, the first stage is the awakening woman. This is where it all begins. You feel the subtle or sometimes not so subtle shift. You realize something about your life, your standards, your relationships, or even just yourself is no longer aligned with who you truly are. Girl, you cannot unsee it. You can't unfeel it. It's a quiet discomfort that grows into an undeniable knowing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It feels like restlessness, a new awareness, a gentle nudge from your soul, or even like a quiet dissatisfaction with the status quo. This is not confusion. This is clarity beginning to bubble to the surface. So honor this feeling because it's your inner compass activating. Then we move into step two, the architect phase. Once you have awakened, you're going to realize, okay, I need a new foundation. And then you start trying to create order, asking yourself, what actually supports me now? What structures do I need in place to hold this new version of myself? You look at your routines, your finances, your environment, your stability. This is about building a solid container for your becoming. And this is going to feel like grounding, a sense of responsibility, a desire to rebuild, or even a practical urge to declutter and reorganize. Because you can't build a new expansive life on a chaotic or crumbling foundation. So, this stage is non negotiable for sustainable growth. Then we're going to go to the third stage, which is the muse stage. And we'll talk about it after I regloss my lips. Okay. So at the muse stage, you're going to start reconnecting to yourself through expression. So this is where your style, your voice, your aesthetic, it all begins to shift because you're experimenting, playing, rediscovering forgotten parts of yourself, all of that, right? This is where your inner world starts to become visible in your outer world. So it's going to feel like creativity bubbling up, a deep curiosity, a desire for self expression, or even a pull towards new aesthetics. Expression is identity becoming visible. Don't forget that. So it's how you signal to yourself and the world who you are now, not who you used to be. So then you move to the next stage, which is stage four, the alchemist stage. This is often the most intense stage, but it's absolutely vital. Now, the deeper layers are going to surface here. So, those old patterns and buried emotions, unhealed wounds, all of this stuff. This is where you're going to courageously transmute pain into power, fear into freedom. So, you face what needs to be healed. And it can feel really intense, emotional waves, that deep release, or even a sense of like you're in therapy almost, right? So the truth is, you're not breaking down. You're processing what was buried. You're turning lead into gold, girl, because you're the alchemist in this stage. Then you move out from the alchemist stage, and then you're going to go into stage 5, which is the empress. So after the deep work of the alchemist, you begin allowing yourself to feel again, to receive that pleasure, that softness, sensuality. This is about reconnecting with your body. And honestly, this is probably one of the most difficult stages for us. Interesting, right? So you're going to reconnect with your desires and just the joy of, simply being. So you reclaim your right to pleasure here. And it's going to feel like expansion and softness, desire returning, or like a deep sense of self love and worthiness. Pleasure is not a distraction. It's a recalibration, a vital part of your energetic well being. So don't skip this. Now, stage 6, we're going to move into the priestess stage. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm shifting around in my chair. Ironically, this is a chair for people who have ADD or you're like neurospicy or whatever. So I love it. And as you can see, I'm getting a little. So, anyway, in our priestess stage, you're now going to create consistency here, right? So, you're going to establish those sacred rituals and disciplines that support your new self because now you totally new. You almost halfway through. So, you're going to start implementing new spiritual routines, personal standards, daily practices that anchor you in your power. So, this is where devotion to yourself becomes your daily practice. It's going to feel like a lot of structure, devotion, deep grounding, or a sense of sacred commitment. Now, the truth here is that true power is built through consistent, intentional repetition. This is where your magic becomes sustainable. Now you're going to move into stage 7, which is the lover stage. With your foundation set and your inner world tended to, you begin relating differently, right? To people, to love, to yourself, to everybody. You attract relationships that mirror your elevated self concept, and then you learn to set boundaries with those that don't. So, this is going to feel like openness, vulnerability, deep connection, or even just like a newfound discernment in your relationships. Because your relationships are always a reflection of your self concept. Elevate one and the others follow, I promise you. Stage 8 is the sovereign stage, and this is where you step into absolute leadership of your own life. You're going to stop asking for permission. You're going to stop seeking external validation. You're going to embody your authority, set clear boundaries, and trust your own inner knowing above all else. So it's going to feel like certainty, unshakable boundaries, deep self trust, or a powerful sense of knowing here. So this is where you stop negotiating with your standards, period. Then you're going to move into stage 9, the creator stage. Now, with your power firmly established, you begin building here. You begin building your work, your vision, your impact. You're going to channel your energy into bringing all of your unique gifts into the world, creating the legacy that you were born for. So, this feels like momentum, inspired action, boundless energy, or even a powerful urge to just manifest your visions, right? Because you're no longer just surviving, but you are powerfully creating your reality. Now we move into stage 10, which is the magnet stage. This is actually one of my favorite stages because this is where the universe responds to your elevated vibration. People begin responding to you differently. Opportunities, attention, perfect alignment increase exponentially in this stage. So you become an irresistible force of attraction. I'm talking about you're going to be like, what is going on? Right? Because this feels like recognition, effortless flow, increased visibility, or a sense of divine timing, which is always beautiful because now you're not chasing anymore. You're simply being seen, and what's meant for you is going to be drawn to you. So you move from that stage, and then you're going to go into stage 11, the oracle stage. And now you carry a profound insight and wisdom. You've lived through the cycle, you've mastered the stages, you can guide others through what you've personally embodied and overcome. Your experience becomes your greatest gift here. And this feels like depth and intuitive knowing, grounded confidence, or a powerful desire to share your wisdom. Your lived experience is going to become your undeniable authority. You are the wisdom keeper here. And then finally, you reach 12th stage, which is the queen stage. Now, this is full integration and embodiment. You're not switching between versions of yourself. You're not performing an identity. This is just who you are effortlessly. You move with ease and stability, power, and profound softness here because you are the living embodiment of your reinvention. It's going to feel like ease, unshakable stability, integrated power, and profound softness. You don't perform this identity, you are it. This is your natural state, girl. Now, here's the critical insight, the one that most people miss. And this is really truly why they feel perpetually stuck. Most people think that they're stuck, but what's actually really happening is that they're trying to operate from a stage that they haven't fully stabilized yet. You can't force magnet energy when you haven't built sovereign. You can't build sovereign without the consistent devoted practice of the priestess. And you absolutely cannot skip the alchemist stage just because it's uncomfortable. So every single stage is essential. Everyone builds upon the last, and it creates an unshakable foundation for the next level of your becoming. So, trying to jump ahead, girl, is like trying to build a skyscraper without the proper foundation. That's going to inevitably fail and crumble, right? Collapse, it's done. So, you want to honor the process, honor your process. And now, here's the most exciting part. The most exciting part that people don't realize is once you reach queen, you don't stop. You don't just arrive and stay static. No, no, no. You begin again. But this time, you're going to start the cycle at a new higher level. So you have a new identity, new expansion, and it's beautiful, right? It's an endless spiral of growth, always evolving, always becoming more of who you truly are. Now, if this framework resonates deep within your soul, and if you are really ready to stop guessing and start strategically navigating your own reinvention and have your true comeback moment that actually sticks and stays with you, then I have something special for you. If you want me to go deeper into each of these 12 stages and how you exactly move through them, how to master the lessons of each phase, then I'm teaching this entire system inside the Outside In method. Now, this is where we're going to break down the practical steps, the energetic shifts, and the spiritual strategies for each stage. And if you're not quite sure yet which stage you're in right now, you need some clarity on where you are and what your next powerful move should be, then you can take the exclusive quiz inside of the Modern Day Spiritualist on the school platform. Both are linked directly below in the description. Y'all already know that, okay? Do, do not. Are y'all listening? Listen to me carefully. Do not just wish for a comeback. You got to build that thing. Okay. You got to go through the stages. You got to do the work and go all the way through and don't skip anything. And you'll have me, your comeback curator, with you the entire step of the way, making sure that you don't miss nothing. Okay. We start the live coaching course classes, the live coaching calls. We start in April. We're in the first system, which is the Beauty First system. And I hope I see you there. Okay. Oh, before I go, one more thing. I will be going over the stages again in some more greater detail over on my other channel, the Outside In Method. I think that's linked below in the description too. Okay, I'm done for real, y'all.